Well, hey everybody, this is Parker from Games for Youth Ministry by YM360, and this is Popcorn. Popcorn is less of a game and more of a tool. We all have had that time when we have to be in class and they do popcorn reading, which I absolutely hated that because I never wanted to get picked. But your friends would always look at you and they'd be like, "Oh, Parker, Popcorn Parker," and you're like, "Oh, I hate that." So anyway, someone actually suggested this game, which I love this idea. But the idea was you just put in a bunch of names, and then the app will pick a name at random. So let's go into the settings really quickly to see how to set this game up, and then we'll go to actual gameplay. So what you do is you add a person. So we're just going to put in Charlie, my son, Charlie, and then you could do a time limit for them also if this involves a time limit. So the idea is it's going to pick somebody, and either they have to read out loud or they have to do something on stage. You can set a time limit. You don't have to set a time limit. It's completely optional for by each person. So we're actually going to say no time limit for Charlie. We're going to add a person. We'll say Gwen, my other kid, and we'll say she has 60 seconds to do something. I don't know what that is. Add another person, we'll say, Katie, my other kid. And then we'll say, add another person, we'll do Parker Jr., which is my other kid. And then, let's do one more person. We'll say Wes. Which I'm not kidding, that is my other kid. Okay, so we have my 5 kids right here. So this is why I drink so much coffee. And, Gwen has a 60-second counter, and we'll look at that. Actually, we'll change that we'll say Wes has 30 seconds, just so we can play around with that. So we're going to click Save. And then we're going to look at our controls right here. And you can see it's really easy. We use the arrow keys. If you're using, if you're not going to be using these buttons right here, you can use the arrow keys on the keyboard. Up will pull out a random person. Next person, if you do the right arrow and the left arrow will pick the next and previous person. It'll just cycle through that. If they have a timer, pressing the space bar will start and stop the timer. And if you need to, you can press R to reset the timer. So we're going to actually click Launch. And you'll see it's got the big popcorn cool logo, and we'll just press the arrow key, and that will bring up Charlie is the first one. He has no timer, so you just leave it like that, and you say, "Charlie, you're up next. Charlie, do your craziest dance," or you have to eat this disgusting thing, or whatever it is, or I don't know, whatever. Youth ministry. Come on, you know how it is. Okay, so then you click the arrow key, and it's going to pull up the next person in order. Gwen has a 60-second countdown, and it starts right away. If we need to, we can just press the space bar, and that'll pause it. If we need to press it again, it's going to start it again. And if you need to press the R key, it'll start it all over if you need to give them extra time for whatever reason. And if you press the up arrow key, it's going to pick someone at random. So it's going to pick Parker in this situation. It should have picked the next person in line, I believe, was Katie. So then it picks Parker at random, and you can press the up arrow key again, and it'll pick another person at random. And there's Wes, and Wes' 30-second countdown starts right there. Again, it's whatever you guys want to use this for. The person that was doing this, that was kind of like a read out loud Bible study thing. So, you wouldn't necessarily use the counter because that's adds stress to reading the Bible. But it might be a thing where it's like, "Okay, guys, we're going to do popcorn reading," and that way friends can't look at the other friend and be like, "Hey, we're going to make you read because you're Parker, and we want you to." Feel uncomfortable reading out loud in front of everybody. It's that kind of thing. So anyway, this is the Popcorn app, and it's a really great tool to use for any kind of thing that you can possibly think of with this. In fact, let me say this one thing real quick. All these games, you can do whatever you want. You don't even have to put names on here. You could put on here a thing like a shoe or something like that, and put a countdown. It could be one of those things where it pops up and says left shoe, and the first person to bring the left shoe up on stage wins. It's that kind of fun stuff that you can do. Be creative with this. It doesn't have to be names. It could be anything. It's a lot of fun. So if you have any ideas like this one, please let me know. I love the ideas. I love making this kind of stuff. Other than that, we are Games for Youth Ministry, and we make games that are so good, they are really good.